What's good, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can spice up your paintings and get them to look a lot brighter than how they do right now. So you can get your paintings from looking dull, like how I did over here in the before, and get it to looking bright and eye-catching and after, like how I did right here. Now, I put the before pictures right here to show you how my art was looking before I started implementing some certain steps and certain colors to really make them pop and really catch your eye, because these right here, like, they still look really nice. They look realistic. And I drew what's this one called, the lady with the pearl earring. I made a recreation of this one. I just made it a different version. I wanted to like add my own spin to it because I wanted to make it African, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I also made Olivia Rodrigo right here. But the difference between these and this right here is that it's not really as eye-catching as I want it to be. And I wish that somebody told me how to do this earlier, because I could have really leveled up my stuff way faster and made it look way better. So if you're in this stage right here, there's hope for you, because I was in this stage and I want you to get to this right here. And I honestly think that the after looks better than the before, but that's up to your debate. I'm over here to help you become the best artist that you can become. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. So let's get started with how to brighten up your portraits. Now, the three colors that you're gonna need are blue, orange, and white. Now, you're gonna need to use these colors in a very specific way to really level up your pictures from how they are looking now to like how they look before, to how they'll look after, my fault, how they're gonna look after you implement these. So let's start off with the blue, how you can use blue to really level up your paintings. Now, you're going to use blue for all of your shadows. Now, you're probably not using blue for your shadows right now. You're probably using a color like gray or black, and that's good for like certain stuff, but I think that using blue and just implementing it like in a very minimal way to your shadows is gonna have like such a huge effect on it. Even just the smallest amount makes a huge effect on your final picture when it comes out, because over here is like a clear representation of me using blue and shadows, and you see that it really has like a huge punch to it. Like before, you were getting like baby punches. Now this is Muhammad Ali, just like straight knock you in the face, because it's so graphic and it has such a nice like shine to the photo. And you can tell that there's still shadows. It doesn't look like it's a color on her face or it's like some paint or some light that's shining. You can tell that it's shadows, because shadows are normally cool colors. And when you really emphasize them, it's sort of like you're turning up the saturation on your photos, and that blue is really going to start to pop out. Now, you can't just put blue in your old photos and just expect it to come out looking like this right here. So I'm going to show you step by step how you can really make this blue look nice when you put it into your shadows. Okay, so first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to use burnt umber, and you're also going to use the blue. Now, the reason why I use burnt umber is because this is really good for me to see where all my shadows are going to be and really map out the whole photo as a whole, because I don't like to use black starting off with my photos, because it's going to be hard for me to clean up and it's not really worth the mess. Now, with the blue, I'm going to show you where you're going to put this blue. Okay, so when you look at my face right here, you can break it down into different colors. You probably can't see it right now, but I'm going to break it down so you can start to like open your eyes to the things that I'm trying to show you right here. So over here, all this area, that's going to be our main tone. Okay. And you're going to see right here that in this shadow, there's actually two different colors. This line right here is like a darker color, and then this one right here is like a lighter color. So there's sort of some light bouncing, but the whole shadow right here is not just one strict color. There's different colors in this. And you can see over here too, there's like a really dark color, and then it tapers off to like a lighter shadow. Okay. And what we're going to do is, for these lighter shadows, you're going to fill that out with your burnt umber. Let me put BU for burnt umber. Yeah, you're going to put your burnt umber over here for these darker sides of your shadow, and you're going to put the blue in these lighter parts of your shadows. So blue. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to draw all over my face. Yeah. So you're going to put the blue in those lighter parts of your shadows. And you're gonna see just like how I did right here. So I didn't fill it out completely. I'm gonna show you the next step after you put in the blue, but I'm showing you this like as a transitional step because this is how you want the picture to look after you put in your blue. So you see that I'm not filling out all of the shadowed space with blue, but it's only those lighter areas of the shadows that I'm filling it out with blue. And after you put the darker areas too, you see that I transitioned from the blue, and then now I put the burnt umber in between it before I got to like the main tones over here. And it has like a cleaner transition between the colors because that's how you get a realistic look. It's not just all one straight tone. You're gonna have transition phases. Like you're gonna go from the blue to the burnt umber, and then you're gonna move on to your main tones. So that is exactly how you're gonna use blue to spicing up your shadows and spicing up your photos as a whole. Okay, so now let's move on to how you can use orange to sharpen your paintings up. So orange over here, you see that I use orange in lots of different places in my photos, but I like to use it after the transition between the burnt umber and the shadow, like just like how we did in the previous step. Now after you put that shadow in between the blue and the burnt umber, now next to it you're going to use orange, and that's going to really brighten up the photo too, because it's going to be like a very bright color right after like a very dark color, and that's how you get like saturation and like opposing colors. Is going to really make that punch of the photo. And a good place where I can like demonstrate this is over here. See that right after I used that blue and the burnt umber, I transitioned it into the orange just like over here, and I used it over here as well. So just find those small places where you can touch up and add like that little bits of orange, because it's gonna make a huge difference to your photos. And I have another example of that right here. You see that I used the same transition between the blue and the burnt umber, and then right next to it I put the orange because it's like dark, medium, light, just like that. So just do the 3 steps and then you're gonna be good. It's gonna have a really bright look to it. Just implement this to the next time that you paint and you're gonna see a huge difference. Now to finish it off, I'm gonna show you how you can use white to brighten up your portraits. Now, white is something that you shouldn't miss out on because it's gonna really give the pictures that shine that you're looking for, and it's gonna give it that like brightness, that real difference between it looking dull to looking bright. Because I can see that over here too. You see that I'm not using the whites to the full potential and it's looking kind of flat. And there's so much areas that I could have brightened up with white in my old portraits. But now over here, you see that I'm really using the white to the full potential, and it really has like its shine all around the face. So start using your whites and use a smaller brush. That's something that really helps you out. So use a small brush with your whites. And this is gonna be for your smaller details, like the light shining on your eyes and around the forehead and around the cheeks over here. Just like really make those parts stand out, because if I didn't put the whites over here, the picture will look kind of dull and it wouldn't really have its full like effect that I want it to have. So just start using pure white out of the tube. And it's very simple, but it makes a huge difference. A lot of people miss out on this extra detail that can be added to their photo. And it's a very simple fix. And that's something that I've learned along my months and years of painting, that it really is gonna help you out. And it's a very simple fix that you can add. So it's not really like you're making a huge difference to the photo, but just like the small details really make really level up the picture from what it was. So yeah, those are the 3 things that I did to brighten up my portraits, and it's how you can brighten up your portraits too. So I want to invite you all to click the link in the description to join my emailing list, because over there you're going to get a free 7-step guide on painting portraits. I broke it down into 7 easy steps, all with photos, and it's going to help you out, especially if you're a beginner, if you don't really know where to start, you don't really know how to create portraits, and you're just trying to get good. And I think that's a really cool skill to have. Like, to be honest, even if you want to sell your art, because I'm going to tell you right now, like, once you get good, something that you're going to realize is that when you start posting your stuff, people are going to start reaching out to you, and they're going to be asking you to create portraits for them. If that's something that you want to do, honestly, just focus on making your skills right and just leveling up every single time that you can. And it's gonna come out to, it's very beneficial to you because you're gonna get a lot more opportunities to, like, I've gone to galleries, I've sold my art, I've made new connections through art, and it's all a result of me just like dedicating my time to it and just really sharpening up all the places that I could sharpen up. So even in 2026, if that's a goal of yours, like if you want to get good at painting or you just want to get more artistic, I think that this is a really good first step to take, because you need to follow people who are like maybe like a few steps ahead of you, or people who really know what they're doing, especially if you're a beginner. Because if you just try to go in blind and you don't really know like what to follow, then you're going to spend a lot of time learning, and you can really like skip out a whole bunch of that time just by hearing and like listening to what other people have been through and like learn from their own experience to really help you level up faster. So I'm launching a coaching through my emailing list. So if you want to get access to that, put your email in the description down below, put it over there and get the free 7-step guide. And I'm going to be there for all of the difficulties that you have, if you don't really know where to start, you don't really know what to do, I'm going to be helping you out. So if you're interested in that, click the link in the description down below, put your email over there, and I'll be right with you. So if you want to learn how to get all of your proportions right whenever you're painting portraits, click the video on the screen right now, and I'll see you all over there.